Hello everyone, today's topic will be UN's Global Compact and why I think it's weird that Sweden is going to sign it. Why is it weird, you wonder? Well, first off, the Swedish government is in a transition period right now, which means we don't have an official government right now. And it's only the official government that is allowed to sign contracts internationally. So just on that one, I think it's really weird that it's allowed to happen. And they all claim that it is because it's not a binding contract. So let's have a look at that and see if it is. So here in section 7 you can see that it is a non-legally binding contract. As far as I understand that means that it is binding, but you're allowed to go out of the contract anytime you want. So you might only be in the contract for a couple of weeks and then you're like, nah, let's not be in this, and then you leave. But during the time that you're in the contract it will be binding. Otherwise they would have had no reason to call it non-legally binding. They would just have been saying non-binding. Of course I could be wrong, but having a document that is going to be signed by a country being this vague, I consider that to be a bad idea and might be a consideration for not signing it, especially since it's supposed to be non-binding, right? Our current government has gone out to officially declare that they are the first feminist government in the world, and as such they should be considering the equality of the sexes, right? So it's very disturbing when I read in the second part to suppress and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children, and the protocol against the smuggling of migrants by land, sea and air. Surely a feminist government would realize that taking special care of children is good, and then women and men are equal. And if that's not bad enough, they will reiterate on this in section 15. It mainstreams a gender perspective, promotes gender equality and empowerment of all women and girls, recognizing their independence. You know, personally, I would like to believe in something called equality under the law, which means, sure, you can pick out kids to be a specially protected class, I completely agree, but men and women should be of equal status. And that includes boys and girls, and women and men. So to specifically claim that they should be empowering women and not empowering men, and empowering girls but not boys, I consider that to be sexist, and is not fitting for the so-called feminist government to be signing. Moving on. In section 10 we can find the following. We also must provide all our citizens with access to objective, evidence-based, clear information about the benefits and challenges of migration, with a view to dispelling misleading narratives that generate negative perceptions of migrants. Now this might lead to the media saying things that are technically true, but they're not giving the whole picture. For instance, if we take rape for 2018, 58% of the people that were convicted were born outside of Sweden. That doesn't sound so bad, it's slightly over half, but if you look at the statistics, you're 5 times more likely to be raped by a foreigner than you are from a Swede. Section 12. This global compact aims to mitigate the adverse drivers and structural factors that hinder people from building and maintaining sustainable livelihoods in their countries of origin, and so compel them to seek a future elsewhere. Basically what this thing is saying is that if you're in a shit country and you don't like it, you can move, and they will help you. Because it later on continues that it will be protecting and fulfilling their human rights and providing them with care and assistance. So instead of trying to fix up that country, they are saying, fuck it, that country is screwed, you guys leave it, there's no point in you staying, because it's always gonna be a shit pile. So let's go to another country, right? In section 14, like we said before, this is supposed to be a non-binding agreement. So here in 14 they say, our success rests on the mutual trust, determination and solidarity of states to fulfill the objectives and commitments contained in this global compact. As you heard there, commitments. So it is written in a way that would suggest that it is binding, even though they keep saying it's non-legally binding. So I still think that this thing is binding, it's just that you can leave it when you feel like it. Section 15. We also reaffirm the commitments to eliminate all form of discrimination, including racism, xenophobia and intolerance against migrants and their families. So basically, if you speak out poorly against the migrants, then you could be jailed for it, is what I'm getting from this one. So if you say that 58% of all rapes are from migrants and therefore migrants rape more, then you are somewhat racist or xenophobic and therefore you should be jailed. So this is some dangerous compelled speech that will keep people from telling the truth. And we can't fix things until we start acknowledging that there is a problem in the first place. Thanks everyone for watching. What are your thoughts and feelings about the Global Compact? Is there something further down that I have missed that you think I should have looked into? And this was only the 15 first paragraphs. There are 36 pages of this stuff and I only read the 6 first. And after that I was like, yeah, there's no way that I would ever support this because it's just not fair. They give preferential treatment to the migrants compared to the host nation. Have a good day everyone and see you next time.